Hello, beautiful children. This is Mrs. Day, and today I am talking about apostrophes or apostrophes. And the reason that I'm talking about apostrophes is that I see my students using apostrophes in ways they were never supposed to be used. The reason that I keep making this ridiculous gesture and pronouncing it apostrophe is that I only want you using an apostrophe for two reasons: to show ownership or to show omission. That means you're showing that someone owns something or something has been omitted or left out. Let's start with ownership. You use an apostrophe to show ownership, to show that someone possesses something. Let's start with the one I know that you know. If a noun owns something, you put an apostrophe and an S after that noun. So for example, these are the cat's pajamas. That's a cat, that cat owns pajamas, so those are the cat's pajamas. Noun, apostrophe S, pajamas. Now for a plural nouns are words like children or people. They stand for more than one person, thing, or idea. If a plural noun owns something, it works exactly the same way. You put an apostrophe and an S after the word. So let's take a plural noun like children. In a sentence like, the children's tears meant nothing to their evil teacher. See, it works exactly the same as with a singular noun. Apostrophe, then S. The tears belong to the children, so it's children, apostrophe S. Children's tears. Now, what if a noun that ends in S owns something? Here is where you're just going to put an apostrophe after that final S. So let's look at the sentence. This is the bear's swimming pond. The pond belongs to the bears. So we write B-E-A-R-S apostrophe. It's the bear's pond. Let me show you one more example of this plural noun that ends in S. In this sentence, you are the sister's friend. You are friends with both of these sisters. You are the older sister's friend. You are the younger sister's friend. You are the sister's apostrophe friend. You belong, if you will, to both of those sisters, so it's sisters apostrophe. Okay, honestly, I could end the tutorial right here. Put an apostrophe S. If the word doesn't end in S, put just an apostrophe to show ownership if the word does end in S. However, I've been asked this next question by a lot of my students, and so I want to address it. Here's where the apostrophe gets a little persnickety. If more than one noun owns a thing, then you need that possessive apostrophe over the last noun. Let me show you an example of that. If Sam, Antario, and Jamie all put their money together to buy this car, it's Sam, Antario, and Jamie's car. Jamie apostrophe S. They all own this car together. However, if many different nouns own many different things, you need the apostrophe S on each of those nouns. Here's an example of that. This is a bunch of shoes. Those shoes are owned by three guys: Christopher, Declan, and Zion. Some of them are Christopher's shoes. Some of them are Declan's shoes. Some of them are Zion's shoes. The boys don't share shoes. So if we wanted to write it in a sentence, we'd write, these are Christopher's, Declan's, and Zion's shoes. That's how we show that different people own different things. Let me put this really simply. If many nouns own one thing, you need one apostrophe. If many nouns own many things, you need many apostrophes. Again, this is not going to come up that often, but I wanted to let you know how it works. When it does come up, you'll be prepared. Okay, so that's the first rule about using apostrophes. Use apostrophes to show ownership. The other reason I want you using apostrophes is to show omission. Now, what is omission? Omission means something is missing. When would something be missing in a word or a sentence? In contractions. We use apostrophes in contractions. In a contraction, two words have been squished together to make one word, and a letter or letters have been omitted to make that squish possible. So when you're writing a contraction, you need an apostrophe where that missing letter or where those missing letters are. For example, when we squish the words can and not together to make can't, the apostrophe goes where the missing letters were, in that case N and O. Those two letters have been omitted, so we put an apostrophe where they used to be. Or when we squish should and not together, we get shouldn't. The apostrophe comes where that missing O was. Should, N, apostrophe T. That's it. Use an apostrophe for ownership and omission. Use an apostrophe for ownership and omission. Note, you do not use apostrophes to make things plural. You did not see a bunch of puppies. You saw a bunch of puppies. You do not have a lot of friends. You have a lot of friends. Guys, this is something that spell check is not gonna catch. It's just gonna let you go ahead and write Puppy', and everyone who reads your writing is going to judge you. Apostrophes, don't use them for making things plural. I'm gonna end this video by showing you some misused apostrophes. I want you to see if you can figure out what's wrong with them. Here's your first one. What's wrong with this apostrophe? Here, this person was trying to make tickets plural, but it should just be Tickets. No apostrophe. How about this one? Why is this one wrong? Here, the apostrophe is just in the wrong place. Didn't is a squished together did and not, so the apostrophe should go where that missing O is. I'm gonna show you 3 more examples of misused apostrophes. On your worksheet, rewrite what's written there to make it correct. Here's your first one. And your second one. And here's the third one. That's it, beautiful children. Please remember, and I hope I've used this annoying gesture so many times that you can never forget, you use an apostrophe to show ownership and omission. That's it, let's get to work.